What's going on, guys? So I'm going to be coming out with the new series called The Psychology of Behavior Change. So I'm going to dig deep inside your brain to try to figure out what it is that's holding you back from changing your current daily habits. Because I'm telling you right now, if you are not getting the results that you want, it is because you are currently doing the same things that you have always been doing. So you are stuck where you're at. So it is time for you to do something different, to start taking full accountability of the daily actions you're currently doing, which is probably not exercising, not eating right, you're not doing anything to better yourself. Grab a book, watch something that's going to be productive towards you and how you look at things. So I'm going to be coming out with this little mini series to try to help you understand, to better yourself, because that's what we all want, right? Who wants to be stuck? Who doesn't want to better themselves, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, all that stuff? So that's what I'm going to be doing over this next few videos. So the past few months I haven't really been uploading that much just because I've been super busy. I'm currently studying to get my CPT, which is the Certified Personal Training Certificate. And to be honest, I don't need it, because the only reason why I want to get it is to give me some type of credibility. But if for online fitness training, you don't really need that. So the main reason is for credibility. The second is because I want to start training some people at the gym that I live at, and everything's gonna be online fitness. So I'm gonna do everything online. It's gonna be online based, which I've been working with this app, and this app is pretty amazing. So it's gonna have different workout plans, meal plans, one-on-one coaching, everything on the app. That starting 2025. I'm getting way ahead of myself because I'm pretty excited about it. But if you are interested in starting your weight loss journey, and you want to do it with a personal trainer like me, in 2025 I'm gonna start taking in clients. So that is like within a month and a half. So y'all be looking out for that. So I just got loaded down here in Lutz, Florida, which is Tampa area. I'm fixing to head over to Chicago, Illinois, to the convention center over there, the McCormick Convention Center. Man, I've here like the past 2-3 weeks, I've been doing nothing but convention center loads, which are my favorite, just because they're always light loads and they're the highest paying right now. The spot market right now is paying like trash. So if you want to make the most money out of doing drive-in, you got to find those convention center loads, and those are pretty hard to find. Those are the type of loads that you're gonna have to build a relationship with the brokers. You're not gonna find them on the spot market. They're not gonna be on the load boards. No, this is the type of relationship they have to build up. That you gotta call the brokers. Hey, I'm available on this day. Do you have any convention center loads? Let me know. So guys, get on those convention center loads. They're for owner operators to smaller companies. They're for everybody. As long as you have a working truck, they'll give you them loads. But let's go see what I got loaded with. Man, it's such a beautiful, Florida is one of those beautiful states, such a pretty place. I love coming down here. The only thing I hate is the humidity. I can't stand the humidity. So this is what I got going on right now. Just some big old crates. I'm not quite sure what's in them. I'm usually able to tell what they have just by looking at the paperwork. But just going to the Pack Expo, that's the name of the show. And I don't see nothing else. Going to McCormick, Chicago, Illinois. But look how empty it is. Half the trailer is full. And those crates are probably 2,000 to 3,000 pounds each. So today is Friday. I gotta be there by Monday, which it is 1,100 miles. So I should be there tomorrow and do my reset. my 34-hour reset on Sunday. Alright guys, so let's get into it. Why do truck drivers want to change? What is it that they want to accomplish? Different goals. Some people want to lose weight, some want to gain muscle, some want to feel better about themselves, or just have more energy. Possibly even health goals. Maybe they want to get off certain medications that they are taking, want the blood pressure to come down. The behaviors people have are what drive their consistent state. The things that we do consistently determine where we are. So whatever you're currently doing is causing you to have poor health and is keeping you from losing weight. If you want a different outcome from what you currently are getting, you need to change how you do things. It's really that simple, but it's hard. The process of actually doing it is what keeps so many people get caught up with it. Before discussing behavior change, it is important to first understand what is meant by the term behavior. Simply put, a behavior is an action that can be observed, measured, and modified. Behavior can be further defined based on its context. For example, physical activity behavior is often defined as the movement of the body that requires energy expenditure, whereas exercise behavior is often defined as movement or actions that are planned and executed routinely for the purpose of increasingly physical fitness. Within a truck driver's health and fitness goals, there can be several behaviors that impact goal progress and achievement. Furthermore, some behaviors overlap to influence other potential behavior targets. For example, lack of sufficient sleep can influence a truck driver's health, such as the increased risk of obesity, type 2 diabetes, and high blood pressure. Eating late night snacks or being on your phone for hours before you go to sleep, that affects how well you sleep. So I understand how difficult it is for truck drivers to get a good night rest, but we are the ones that make it worse on ourselves. How? By eating all this sugar at night, by being on the phone, watching movies. How well do you think you're going to be able to sleep with having this bright light right in front of your eyes? It's gonna be pretty difficult, ain't it? So if you think about it and you rate it on a scale from 1 through 10, what would you say the quality of sleep you get every night? And I know truck drivers have crazy schedules. I'm one of them, okay? Sometimes we wake up at 2 a.m., sometimes we wake up at 1 p.m. But one thing is for a fact, we all get a 10-hour break, mandatory by the federal government, that we get a 10-hour rest. So within those 10 hours, what exactly are you doing besides sleeping? So whether it's taking a shower, eating food, or whatever it may be, visiting with other truck drivers at the lounge. So it is very important that you make sure you get the good night rest at night or during the day, whichever case may be. Sleep is an important function of weight loss that we tend to overlook. Not only that, how does bad sleep affect the following day? How many dash cams have we all seen of drivers falling asleep on the wheel, causing devastating accidents, killing people, innocent people? Sleep impacts how well you're able to think, how much you're able to remember things, cause mood swings, and lower your energy levels. Caffeine is only going to do so much for you before you start swerving on the interstate. Sleep is critical to your overall health, truck drivers. Listen up, pay attention. Sleep, something that gets underlooked by so many people. For me personally, I try to get a minimum of 6 hours of sleep, which is on the low end, which I think they recommend 8 hours of sleep, right? The doctors, they always say get 8 hours of sleep, which to me that's a little bit too much, but as long as I get minimum of 6, I try to shoot for 7 hours of sleep. I'm usually pretty good the following day. So here are some behaviors that are going to help you sleep better at night. Avoid caffeine, so don't be drinking coffee or soda right before you go to sleep, and stop eating high caloric foods, whether that be the food at the truck stops or candy bars, whatever it may be. Stop eating that trash. Eat about 3 to 4 hours before you go to sleep. That should be your last meal, and that's going to help you get a better sleep. Also, exercise. whether it's walking around the truck stop or doing some strength training. I carry dumbbells with me, so I always exercise daily. Physical activity can improve the onset of sleep. So just like my kids, right? Whenever I'm at home and I'm go to gatherings and stuff with the family, kids never want to go to sleep at night. They always want to be up and playing around. But at gatherings, they'll be over there with their friends, with their cousins. And what do we always say? Man, they're going to sleep good at night. Man, as soon as we get home, they crash out. Why? Because all the exercise, all the playing around, that got their bodies tired. So you being a truck driver, you do absolutely no physical activity all day long. You just sit there and drive a truck for 10 plus hours. How is that tiring your body and telling it that, hey, you need some rest? Plus, not only that, you're eating all this garbage, all this caffeine, all these energy drinks that it's just making everything much worse and trying to get a proper rest. So again, behaviors, an action that can be observed, measured, or modified. So everything you do on a daily basis can be observed, measured, or modified, and that's what we're going to get into in order for you to start changing your current behaviors, and you need to start picking up on some good ones instead of all the bad ones that you're currently doing. Okay, so next we're going to be talking about selecting the target behaviors. So identifying the target behavior is a foundational step in the behavior change process. Based on the initial intake and assessment, truck drivers have to identify which behaviors ought to be made the priority focus. Behavior change takes effort, energy, and time. Therefore, even if many of your current behaviors need to be adjusted, it is important to narrow the focus to just a few at a time so that you don't feel overwhelmed. The decision of which behaviors to target first ought to be based on the impact that the behavior has in progressing your current state to your desired state. Once the target behaviors are selected, then you can start going through a systematic goal setting process. So, what exactly does all that mean? Let's break it down for you. I am going to break it down for you. So you have an overarching goal. So the overarching goal is to improve your body composition. So what is your body composition? So the body is composed of fat, protein, and skeletal muscles, age, sex, all that stuff. So you have a certain BMI that you need to meet at. BMI, body mass index. So everybody has different body mass index. Everybody has a different body composition. And not only that, so it is very difficult for a personal trainer to just give a cookie cutter a diet to everybody, because everybody's different, right? Different height, different age. All that has to be accounted for when it comes down to improving your body composition. So the overarching goal is to improve your overall state. So the overarching goal is to improve body composition. So we're gonna break it down further more than just that. So in order to improve your body composition, you have to look at your general behaviors. So what are your general behaviors like? So that includes 4 separate different things: your nutrition behavior, physical activity behavior, your sleep behavior, and your cognitive behavior. So your nutrition behavior. So what exactly are you eating on a daily basis? Is it good food, bad food? What type of nutrients are you getting from it? Is it all just truck stop, fast food, french fry burgers? Or are you cooking out in your truck, eating a healthy meal? Carbs get a lot of negative reputation, but we as human beings, we actually need carbs. But we have to limit them, and that's where we all get screwed up at. That is that we don't limit them. We tend to overeat a whole bunch of them, and I'm one of them. I love carbs. I love pasta. The red sauce is my favorite. Pizza. Man, I can go on and on. So that is your nutritional behavior. What is it like? So you have to start thinking about that when it comes to improving your body composition. Number 2 is physical activity behavior. So are you doing any types of exercises? Yes or no? More than likely, no. And you have to start doing something. I don't care what it is. Like I said, even if it just comes down to walking around, you have to improve your physical activity behavior. It all starts there. Next one is your sleep behavior, which we already touched on. How much sleep are you getting? They say that sleeping is an important process when it comes down to losing weight. So if you're not sleeping regularly where you need to be at, then more than likely you are hurting yourself. You're not helping yourself by getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep every night, because all you're doing is putting yourself and others at risk on the road. And next is cognitive behavior. So cognitive behavior is, what are your emotions? What are your feelings like? How are you talking to yourself? So if you tell yourself that you can't do something, do you think you're going to be able to do it? No. How does that make any sense? So as simple as that sounds, the way you talk about yourself is the way you portraying yourself out to the world. And if you just constantly talking negative, saying bad things about yourself, that you can't lose weight, doesn't matter what you do, that is not meant for you, that has a negative cognitive behavior, and you need to start putting it into a positive mindset shift. So overarching goal, improve body composition. Okay, how do we do that? By these next 4 general behaviors: nutrition behavior, physical activity behavior, sleep behavior, cognitive behavior. And then we're going to start breaking down even further into that. So specific behaviors. So this is the general behaviors, those 4 behaviors that we talked about. We're going to break it down even further. We're going to get down to the specific behaviors. So like we were talking about selecting the target behaviors, so it comes down to choosing the specific behaviors. So nutrition behavior is going to be breaking down into macronutrient intake and hydration. What types of macros are you eating? Are you keeping track of your nutrition? Are you counting calories? Are you counting your protein, carbs, and fats? More than likely you're not. And that's exactly what it is that you need to start doing to start losing weight. Next is hydration. Are you drinking water? I mean, the body is composed of what? Probably 70% of water. Every organ, every skeletal muscle, everything requires water. And if you're not hydrating yourself properly, you are hurting yourself. So next is the physical activity behavior, broken down into the next 3 things: modality, duration, hours per 24-hour period. So modality basically is what type of mode are you on. So the mode that most people are on is just sitting down. So you got light physical activity, you got medium, high, and then you have sedentary. So truck drivers are in a sedentary mode all day long. Why? Because our job doesn't require it, unless you're doing like flatbed or heavy haul. You're just gonna be sitting down. That's all we do all day, drive all day. So modality is sedentary. Duration, how long are you sitting down for? So that's gonna be all day long. So duration you have to take into consideration of, you have to start doing physical activity. Next, we have sleep behavior, preparation for sleep behavior. So right before you go to sleep, what is it that you're doing to help yourself sleep better? And we kind of already touched on some of those things, like not eating right before you go to sleep, and doing physical activities, and not eating drinking energy drinks. So that's going to help your sleep behavior. And lastly, we have cognitive behavior, managing stress and cognitive appraisal. So managing stress. So we all, as truck drivers, we all have deal with stress. Even owner operators have even more stress that they have to manage. So are you managing it? If so, how? So all that stuff is going to take into account when we're talking about cognitive behaviors and cognitive appraisal. So what exactly does cognitive appraisal mean? So that means, what is the cost of your cognitive behavior? So if you have a negative cognitive behavior all day long, what kind of health effects do you think that's going to give you down the line? If you can't manage your stress properly, what kind of health problems is that going to give you? And that includes with diabetes and all these other health stress that we are more prone to as truck drivers. So cognitive appraisal, the cost of your health. So that is going to be coming down to the impact of behavior on health goals. So these are all selecting the target of behaviors. So it is very important that we take into account all of these things. So that is going to be it for the behavior change. I mean, that was just a little taste of what's coming. Next, we're going to be talking about influences on behavior. So I'm going to touch up on the trans-theoretical model, which is a behavior change model focused on the stages of change, the process of changing behaviors, self-efficacy, and the decision balance. So I know it's a little bit longer than I expected to go into, but guys, we have to start looking at our daily actions, what we're doing on a daily basis. And if you want to change, you got to start changing what you're doing. Okay? That's the bottom line. That's what it comes down to. So whether you start doing it on your own or you need a little bit of help, I'm here to try to guide you as much as possible that I can, because I know it sucks being stuck and not having any type of help. I've been there before, believe me. I mean, before, you know what, I'll just leave it at that. I appreciate y'all watching. I'll see you on the next one.